Caretaker everywhere at the end of time, otherwise known as the Dementia album. But beyond the subject matter, I don't know anything about this. I can for sure say that this is gonna be my longest video easily. Now I'm expecting maybe 3 hours. That's my prediction. Could be longer, could be less. Depends on what I'm gonna say about it. Now, I'm not gonna Brad taste in music this motherfucker and listen to the whole thing in 6 hours. Alright? Dementia does not evolve in 6 hours. I don't expect to fucking I don't expect to sit here for 6 hours and just let the whole album run through like its course. That feels unfair towards the record, and I'm just not that patient. I'm pretty patient. Know what I'm saying? I'm pretty patient. I've eaten Swan's albums like they're nothing, but I'm 6 hours. Come on. I don't even know if it's 6 or 7, actually. I don't even know. But listen, we're going to be doing these once a month. And then when I'm done with the album, I'm going to compile it together. I've heard that this album breaks people. I heard that some people can't even finish it. Alright, I don't see why. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I am going to be eating this video. I might snack a little bit. It's Just a Burning Memory is a slow and nostalgic instrumental track meant to highlight the experience of reminiscing heartfelt memories during the development of the first stage dementia. Is it a bad idea that I'm listening to this before bed? Should I be listening to this before? What the fuck? I don't even know what does it. What do you say to this? Oh my god. Well, okay. You know what it reminds me of? Hold on. I'm this is already bad. I need cheese fries. Oh yeah. Alright. Anyways, at the end of Endgame, Avengers, listen. I promise this is going somewhere. Captain America ends up using the time thing to spend the rest of his life with and as the credits come up, we kind of get like this old kind of music playing. It's like it sounded like that, but more distorted, and it really did feel like it was burning away. Like it's just it really did feel like a fragment, like a 30s 40s ballroom, like ball gown room. I don't know. The people are dancing, the cats are swinging, and and the person's just kind of like reflecting on it. But all they can do is see it. They can't interact with it. Yeah, that's horrifying. Let's get into number 2 now. It's just giving me chills. I do think it's a nice piano though. See, all you can do is feel it. There's not much to like react to. All you can do is feel it. This is killing my mood instantly. I need some more fucking cheese fries or something. The piano is on kind of a very repetitive loop there. When something is usually classified as repetitive in a song, that's normally seen as a negative thing sometimes, but I think the repetitiveness of the piano sample is just very indicative of the way a memory is. A lot of the time with a memory, you're not going to really uncover many different aspects and parts about it. So it just keeps replaying back and forth and back and forth and back and forth because there is no other memory to uncover from that moment. I think the piano is just meant to symbolize the constant repetition and loop of maybe thought patterns and memories at this point, of maybe this specific memory just keeps playing over and over again. Late afternoon drifting most likely means that the character is taking quiet little naps throughout the day, enjoying time spent at home, drifting off to sleep, having a good time. These first two tracks got me down. Let's have a good time. Let's have a good time. Let's fuck it. Maybe this will turn into like a house record. Let's. Fuck. This is nice. I feel like this is more. I feel like this is more calming piano than the last song. It's not as horrifying, but the static is increasing. I did it again. I probably enjoy that one the most. Like I said, I really don't want to go back to any of these songs if I have to. It sounded more pleasing. However, the static in the background was a lot more prevalent. Maybe the mind is just starting to progressively burn and burn even more, and the static is supposed to be representative of that in a way. Track number 4 is Childishly Fresh Eyes. It's meant to experience the reminiscing on prideful memories that you usually forget during the first stage of dementia. It paints the picture of reminiscing upon the dreams of your youth, the ideas that you had, the long life ahead, the power you left, aspirations so vivid and alive. I don't want to listen to this. Part I can't with this part. I feel like a lot of these tracks end a little bit spontaneously as well. Kind of just like legit like switch over to the next song without even any fucking warning. I feel like we're trying to grasp at something positive. Think of some achievement that we've done, but we just kind of keep slightly forgetting about it. I think the description of that song that I read is extremely accurate, and I think I am glad that I'm reading something a little bit prior. Slightly bewildered is most likely the part that is to represent the part of dementia where things are getting harder to remember. This is shown by the fact that there is one part of the song that keeps stopping and starting all over again. Wrap it up. I don't want to get this shit. How do I avoid this? Can someone send me a tutorial? It said that there was some like a few lyric samples on here maybe, but I didn't hear any. I think I might have missed that. However, that's kind of creepy. Yeah, just another song about how you kind of just don't remember. I mean, come on, what's this album about? Let's get into number 6 now, which is Things That Are Beautiful and Transient. Things That Are Beautiful and Transient is a reserved and peaceful song meant to highlight the experience of reminiscing comfy memories during the development of first stage dementia. What was that? Found that instrumental to actually be very beautiful. And then I thought about that and I was like, wait a minute, I think all the instruments and everything being used on this album so far, whether it was a piano or the trumpets or was it the trumpets? Whether it was the piano or the trumpets or any synthesizer that was being used in that song or any flute, all of it has sounded beautiful, and the constant reminder is the static in the background. It's the constant burning that's just being buried on top of the sound. So you can't really enjoy the memory fully because we're kind of aware that maybe it's burning and going away. That's what makes this so tragic. That's what makes this so horrifying, is that it's just we can't really even comprehend the whole beauty of the memory at this point. We can't even comprehend the whole beauty of the sound of the song. Everything that we listened to was A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. Now we're getting into B1. All That Follows Is True is an odd, relatively calming song meant to highlight a sinister turning point about the development of first stage dementia. All right, let's go. Fuck you. Stop. Can we chill? I'm not having fun anymore. That's my least favorite sounding one yet. Not least favorite because quality wise, no. Least favorite because it made me feel emotions. I don't like that. Anyways, I feel like the track is just kind of elaborating more on the... I don't know, there was supposed to be some sort of turning point here, but it did kind of sound a lot like the rest of the songs off of here. So maybe I'm missing it. Anyways, we'll find out in this next song. Autumnal Equinox is a very simple, spacious, meant to highlight an invisible progression in the development of first stage dementia. This is actually a real thing, and it describes two moments in the year where the sun is exactly above the equator. It's where the day and night are equal length, when the fall season starts in the northern hemisphere and when it starts in the southern. So dementia is sort of changing here, evolving a little bit. I hear something like ominous. I don't know if it's like some sort of bass or some sort of like. I don't know. After hearing the song, I think I'm gonna put a filter on what is orchestral and what's not. And I think I'm going to take orchestral as the things that are taking place. No, I think I'm going to represent the orchestral instruments as the memories and the thoughts that this person is thinking. And I'm going to take the other sounds like the static and any other deep noticeable change in the instrumental as a sign of the brain kind of changing on its own. Quiet internal rebellions is a mischievous? No, and subdued song meant to highlight the experience of reminiscing during the quiet development of first stage dementia. It most definitely refers to the brain rebelling against itself without the character noticing. Dementia is developing, attempting to override the brain's functionality at no request of the character. I don't know how I feel about hearing vocals on this. I don't know if I like it. It's meant to sound like when the brain is kind of just trying to resist itself, but it really can't. Confusing instrumental for me. I thought I was hearing some vocals just kind of go on loop over and over again. That might have been one of the scarier instrumentals off of here, to be honest. I didn't enjoy listening to that, but I guess you kind of have to. The Loves of My Entire Life. It's another lax song meant to highlight the experience of reminiscing all your love affairs during the quiet development of first stage dementia. The Loves of My Entire Life most definitely refers to one's love life. While it seems there's not much to talk about with the track's title, the accompanying song implies the caretaker's view of their romances are overall pleasant. I really don't want to listen to this. This isn't a review. This is torture. I hated every second of that. Um, so I feel like whenever you think of past love, I feel like a common emotion that a lot of people may feel is bittersweetness. You know, bitter of maybe how it ended, but sweet looking back on the memory. And I don't think that there's a better instrument to represent a bittersweet feeling than the piano. You know, you could be playing a sad chord, a sad melody, but it's still sweet to hear because it's just so pleasant and soft on the ears. I didn't like what that did to me. I didn't like what that did to me. You better not do that again. You better not do that again, you silly guy. Alright? Anyways, let's get into number 11 now. I feel like we're speeding through this album, actually, even though I've been recording for a minute. Into Each Other's Eyes, a track which cycles from being upbeat and sweet to more energetic and choppy. It's meant to highlight the experience of reminiscing romantic memories during the end development of first stage dementia. Okay. Fuck you. Um, this is bullshit. Um, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Track 12 is My Heart Will Stop and Joy. My Heart Will Stop and Joy is a breathtaking finale to the first album of the six. After spending the stage mostly reminiscing on what they've experienced, this song represents the triumphant willingness to engage in life and take part in what comes next. The song's placement, just before the realization that they have dementia at the beginning of stage 2, makes for an absolutely gigantic, heartbreaking irony. This is not. This is not similar. Am I gonna be hearing this? I'm sorry, we're motherfucker. Oh no. I don't like that. I don't like that. Why the fuck are you playing key right now? I'm not gonna be hearing this when I'm fucking 80. And that's terrifying because I damn well might be hearing this. Motherfuckers were hearing all the orchestral shit going on because that was the kind of music that was playing in their youth. That's what they're kind of that's what they're hearing when they kind of recall those memories. So why the fuck do they decide to play Minecraft music after I'm done with the album? Fuck you, Spotify. Why would you do that? From what I understand, the subject of the album doesn't even know that they have dementia yet. So they're just kind of going throughout their day-to-day lives, kind of remembering shit, but it's starting to be foggy. Maybe perhaps what we're gonna hear when we're a couple albums in from now, maybe all we're gonna hear is the fucking static and maybe just faint music in the background. Um, this is that is an absolutely horrifying experience. If this album was about a disease that didn't exist, then I'd be like, oh, this is a cool little concept album. I don't think I don't think I get scared that easily. But this is absolutely horrifying to me because this sounds so real. Yeah, I feel like the most impactful songs for me were maybe A4. A4 fucking had me. A4 really fucking had me. And of course the first song was just, I don't know. I did love the piano on track 2 and 3. I thought those were quite pleasant, quite nice. And yeah, not much to say right now. We're only one of 6, so let's get into stage 2. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? I'm doing chillin'. I'm doing chillin'. You know. I'm doing chillin'. Record. Welcome back to the record. It's been about a month. I think I spent a lot of time after that review checking out the samples that was used on that, and I don't know. I find it just crazy how, Caretaker can kind of contort that into something that's just absolutely horrifying. But obviously normal music at the time. So it's it's surreal to me, and yes, I think truly I've been putting this off, re-listening to this, but I feel like I have to. I feel like I'm obligated. We get some more insight as to what the fuck is happening here. I can only imagine that the dementia is not gonna get better. Uh, but hey. Track number 1. Let me just arrange some stuff here. I need like a dual monitor setup because this shit is getting fucking real. Um, Track number 1 is A Losing Battle is Raging. All right. Yeah, I feel like off rip, the difference between right now this and stage 1 is the progression. That song was kind of the same from the start to finish, which I don't know may symbolize thought loops and thinking in circles. I keep forgetting that I have to actually insert myself in a position as if I have Alzheimer's, which I fear because I misplace my keys and wallet all the time. The static and the feedback, I liked a lot. The static and the atmosphere in the back, I actually liked a lot. And I feel like it actually had a rhythm to itself a little bit. Just very wide, and I love how it faded out too. Misplaced in time. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh, I don't like this, bro. Sounds like ghosts dancing in an abandoned dance hall. I agree. I agree with you. The description for stage 2 is self-realization and awareness that something is wrong and refusal to accept it. So it's kind of like a denial stage, maybe. I agree with you. The image I get in that setting is like an abandoned, like, I think of it like, you ever play Mario Kart? You ever play Mario Kart on the Wii? You ever play that shit? There's like a server where like you can connect to, and like you can play with people like across the world, I think, from what I remember. Kind of reminds me of that, but it's like a dead server. Like there's no people in it at all. You envision like an empty hall with ghosts. I kind of imagine it as like nothing is in the hall. Like the music, like you hear the music, but it's coming from nowhere. Like a sort of vibe. Stage 1 definitely had moments that it sounded like that, but immediately going into this album and hearing, you know, the worst parts of stage 1 on the second song like that, kind of signifies to me that we're not going to get any of those kind of brief moments of brightness, brief moments of happiness that were on stage 1. We're just going to get like just complete horror throughout the rest of this. But yeah, let's get into next one. Does it matter how my heart breaks? Oh, that might be the worst sounding track yet off of all of this. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, I hear it now. We get a much more darker version of the first song of the first stage of last album. A much more darker, more kind of detuned version, very much signifying that shit is not getting better. All right, shit is not getting better. Shit's getting worse. Shit's getting worse. Shit's getting scarier, and we gotta live with it. That's it. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. I'm kind of afraid that when I get into like stage 4, what am I gonna say at that point? How am I gonna review this? Let's get into track number 4 now. C4, which is Glimpses of Hope in Trying Times. Glimpses of Hope, okay. Oh, wait. Oh, man. Besides the first song off of the first stage, I think I call that one the best one yet. Um, I love everything about that one. I love the way it started and the sound effects and the ambience that it created. And I love how, you know, I love how we kind of climaxed instrumental wise on that as well. I feel like the progression of that song was actually probably the most structured out of any song off of this so far, and I think it really was meant to symbolize the decline, you know, like the real decline about to happen. And yeah, truly the only song that was like really fucking terrifying. I can get what you mean now when you say that this is maybe an underrated stage because there's not really a lot of plays on this one compared to the last stage from what I saw. But yeah, definitely one of the best songs off of this yet. Get into number 5 now, which is Surrendering to Despair. Is there percussion? This is patience testing, I will admit. This is patience testing. But it's emotionally striking. That's why it kind of gets a pass. That instrument sounds out of batteries. That instrument sounds like it was just buried out of something. Certainly a different scenery, which I like a lot. I feel like a lot on the first album, it was very much ballroom like music, very much kind of like high, like very classy, very. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Very classy, very classy music. And wow, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Next track is I Still Feel As Though I Am Me. That's actually very sad. Wow, okay. Stage 60, Meek, is that what stage 60 is gonna fucking sound like? Great. Oh, get these away from me. Alright. I feel like a lot of the songs have like proper endings, like they do get kind of fade out. But then the next song just fucking starts. Like every time, it just fucking starts. There's no build up, there's no nothing. You're just there. It's like when you put the vinyl down in like the center of the thing, and it just kicks off. That's kind of what this feels like to me. Started off the darkest I've heard this album start off yet. When I say like this album, I'm gonna start. That means like the whole entire thing, like both stages. I think that that's one of the more darker songs off it yet. But the instrumentals, but the instruments that came in after were actually probably a lot brighter than a lot of stuff off of this stage. So very interesting. That track kind of juxtaposed itself. I like that one. I like that one. It definitely it picked my brain a little bit, which is Quiet Dusk Coming Early. Oh, wait a minute. Sample's kind of cooking. That violin, bro. Yeah, I was not expecting these cats to cook like that. You know what I mean? It's so funny because when you subtract the static, the memory is just there. And I know I said this in the first stage, but that's truly one of the more happier songs I've heard off of this actually. And it does sound like we're calling maybe like a wedding, maybe this person's wedding or like someone else's wedding. It's a really happy thing. Kind of reminds me of like something from Up a little bit. Just such a heavy and devastating song, but I cannot deny how great that violin was. I mean, it kind of soothed me a little bit, to be honest. Let's get into this next one. By the way, this is 40 minutes. I feel like I've been listening to this for a while, you know. But anyways, track number 8 is Last Moments of Pure Recall. Okay. This sounds like something that'd be on stage one, to be honest. Just not much strike me that was much different from anything that I've heard off this album so far. Still liked it a lot though. I was just expecting something a little bit more dramatic for that song title. Just like a lot of albums about death. It's hard, and I don't want to say like this is necessarily about death, but we know the outcome. Like we know the outcome. It's hard to like be like, oh, though this was right about it, and then this was wrong about it, because it's hard to even critique this because of another person, like the artist who made it. They're the only ones that truly know it. So, but yeah, I still like that one though. Let's get into track number 9 now, which is Denial Unraveling. You mentioned Denial earlier, so maybe that this is something. Oh, I like this part. See, this part right here is what makes this so beautiful for me. Holy moly, as Weezer frontman would say it. Holy moly. That one part with I don't know if that was a flute or something. I don't know if that was a flute, but it sounded really beautiful to me, that one part. And the rest of it was really good. But that part was amazing. I feel as if this song and the song that came before it are not as dark as the beginning songs off of this. I don't know. I'm not sure why, actually. I'm not sure why. I mean, I assumed off the first stage that the person who had dementia was rich. All right, they were attending the ball gowns. They were attending all this shit. They have money. They have money. Trust me. I fully agree with you. Fully agree with you. It's like a Hollywood star, like who has memories of like walking down like the runway, red carpet. Memories of like the Oscars from like the 1930s, 40s. You know, that kind of shit. The way ahead feels lonely. That's awful. That's an awful. Oh, this is beautiful. We are using an intense amount of reverb. Oh man, I feel like we're like unraveling right now. The instrumental is like that one part in like Home Alone where like he like realizes, like looks around the house and he's like, no one's here. That's kind of what's happening in this person's mind. Have you seen The Shining? I have seen The Shining. We start off the album really dark. We're in a really dark state of mind, and then I guess we do kind of come to terms. We do kind of come to terms after, you know, we push through at the denial stage, and we push through that suffering that's on the first end of the album. I was on the first part of this album. We kind of get to the state of mind where it's like, okay, well, can't avoid it anymore. And that's when the kind of, brief final happy memories start playing. And now I'm assuming theory that stage 3 is going to be really fucking dark. All right. Stage 3. It's been a while. It's been quite a bit actually. I did stage 1 in August last year maybe. And then stage 2 like a few months later. Or maybe like a month later. So it's been a while. And I don't know why. I've been kind of procrastinating getting back into it, just because I think the theme of the record is so dark to me, and it's instrumentally it's so devastating, and I haven't been wanting to really do it. I'm glad that we can finally get back to the Dementia album. From what I understand, after this record, the stages get long, like double record length long. After this record, like stage 4, 5, and 6. So I'm assuming that after this record, there's like a major turning point in the Dementia. I'm guessing, stage 1 was just kind of like, wait, did I forget that? Stage 2 is like, oh wait, I think I'm forgetting that. And then stage 3 is like, oh yeah, I don't. But yeah, what is this, like reggaeton? Yeah. It's a funk kind of vibe. It's actually a funk kind of vibe. It's like some avant-garde, Back There Benjamin. Track 1 is Back There Benjamin. Is the person that has dementia here Benjamin? You know what I mean? Is that the case? Let me just fix my volume. I really don't like this one. Stage 3 of Hitting the Benjamin. Yeah, we're actually greening out right now. Well, that just fucking ends. Okay, obviously a more uncanny version of the first track, and it's weird because I feel like the first track on the entire record is a like dumbed down version of that song, and you think it'd be switched. You think the more like cloudier and the more you forget about that specific place, the less like messy. Like I don't like the more like foggier it gets, but to me like that was a lot more crisp. There was some parts of that instrumental that was like out of place. Out of place, and I know the whole thing is a sample. Those tracks like that, I don't know why. It's like, I think I've mentioned it in a previous one, but like the end of the end of Endgame when it's Captain America, and that girl, I forgot her name, but he went back in time and like they're dancing, like that kind of music, like ballroom, like romantic shit. That shit fucking gets to me. I hate that. Like that emotionally just makes me fucking want to die. Is there a reason why we're getting like the same track back to back? Oh, you low-key scary? Like forgetting your favorite song over the years. I think about that. I think it could also like represent, you know, having like the same memory as the prior song, but now like you're like thinking about it, you're like, oh wait, did that actually happen? Or like, did this event happen instead? Like, did it go like this? Like, was that person there? Like, what happened? What happened there? Like, I could be thinking about it too deeply, but what I've gathered for real is that that's kind of like the theme of the record now. The trumpet, it's very recurring. This is probably like the fourth or fifth like time we've had like that melody on the entire record. It would suck to forget your favorite song. Like if I forgot Dance Monkey, I would be devastated. If I forgot Beautiful Things by Benson Boone, I would be pissed. You know, that's why I'd be a grumpy old man, because I can't recall that shit. Next song, track 3, short song, is Hidden Sea Buried Deep. It's a cute piano. The static is like reoccurring in itself. It sounds like a microphone turning on. I don't know why. Okay, that was cool. I don't really know though. I don't got much to say about that. Labette's All Joyful Camaraderie. I'm sick of this fucking song, bro. I'm sick of this fucking song. Oh my god. This is heavy. This is a heavier one than tracks 1 and 2. I still think it has mad reverb. Like less, but it's still drenched in that shit. It's either dementia or they used to just really bump this shit back in the day. You know what I mean? You think in the club they were like, "Fuck this song again? Fuck this song again?" No. I'm just joking, because this is actually like that shit is really disturbing me on an emotional level. I have to admit it is already a tougher listen than stage 2. The minimal great hidden, okay. How do you die of dementia? Does your body just forget too? Why is there piano in my static? I agree. Alright, yeah, kind of a little ambient pianos track, but I I wouldn't say it's anything too significant, but that was great. You know what I mean? It feels like, you're in the hospital bed. It's like late at night and it's empty. It's just like you're just passing. That's what it feels like to me. It does feel like your body shutting down. Wonder what the process was for engineering this. If it was analog tape or just messing around with the sound file of digital equipment. I kind of assume it was tapes, just off um, this thing's aesthetic. Maybe it does sound like it was off of a tape. I don't know how you get this sound digitally. Your brain stops working, so eventually you just can't really eat, for example. Okay. Sublime beyond loss. This isn't sublime. Absolutely not. It's not sublime. I was lied to. Oh, I like that part. I like that part. That was only Jack with like a real ending. I don't know. I did like that one a lot. It was not sublime at all, but I actually like that one. Um, I know he used almost entirely authentic records from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Some of them absurdly hard to find. Yeah, right. I bet I can go to Savers tomorrow and find at least one 40s record. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I can't find one that's like polished. You know what I'm saying? Having records from the 20s is wild. I think the oldest I got is original from the 50s of some jazz. Really, the 20s? How long is how much will that go for? What's the average price of a 20s vinyl? I mean, we're talking 100-year-old vinyl at this point, depending on when in the 20s. We're talking 100 years old. I imagine it has to be painfully hard to get that shit to work. It might just sound like that as is, just because of what they're recording it. Bewildered in other eyes. Oh fuck no, bro. I have to admit, I think "Bewildered" is a good emotion for that. The first part of that song was like it's kind of spiraling out of control. I legit felt like I just became in a cycle of like forgetting something that I'm like trying to remember and I'm trying to remember. It's like the song was sort of like struggling. Warriors and T Wolves in 30 minutes. Let me just cook a parlay real quick. Similar vibe to the ones that have been, getting replayed over and over again, but the song was actually different. So I did like that for that reason. But yeah, a bit more neutral on its sound. Wasn't entirely sad. Let's get into F. F. Gradations of arm's length. Oh, it just ended. Just ended. Okay. Um, there was an immediate dark tone that kicked off that song a little bit more than the ones on E, to keep it real. Um, but it was cut off too short. Drifting time is placed. Just put the piano in the static, bro. A lot of crackling. Really, just a stripped back piano ballad with the static. It's I feel like we're going off the rails now. Internal bewildered world. Oh shit. It's that postcode vibe. Whatever you say. All right, so kind of the first track without any instruments, without that old sound, so very ghostly. You don't really hear this at all in the 20s, 30s, 40s, so this is kind of a new, like, you're just mental derangement. Is it raining out, you fucking dead ass? Whatever. But yeah, um, probably the scariest song on here yet. Let's keep going. Burning Despair. Oh, wow. Burning Despair Does Ache. That's a crazy song. Oh, we're back. I want one of these songs just to like transform into a completely different vibe like mid song. That's my only critique with this is that like we never get that. With the instrumental coming back into place, it really does make me question F3's importance. I kind of I'm more curious about that song now. Reading them all and thinking about the implications of them as an experience in itself aside from the music. Holy shit. Does it does it get that devastating or later on? This is making my heart rate go up high key. It's definitely uncomfortable. I gotta say that. It is uncomfortable. You know what I mean? I feel like we're using humor as a means to dumb it down a little bit, but yeah, it sucks. Aching cavern with what is it? Without lucidity. The fuck? F3 once again. So we're kind of going like back and forth between like having a memory about something and like not remembering. Next track is An Empty Bliss Beyond This World. This one I'm actually interested in because doesn't he have a whole record named after this? This is taking the garbage out of night sort of vibe. Yeah, and it's like foggy out. The record with this name preceded this and feels like a test run before the full project sort of deal. It's an interesting standalone listen. Oh, okay. So is this track correlated with that one in some way, or are we just reusing names? But yeah, I wonder how that song is tied to the other one. Absolutely gorgeous instrumental. Absolutely gorgeous instrumental that he decided to use for that song. That's one of my favorites. But yeah, crazy track. Crazy track. Let's get into F7, Labette, Delay. You telling me bro sampled himself? Abandoned Mall OST, yeah, some backrooms. Wow, alright. So I guess that song samples another track off of an earlier release that's tied to the same thing but slightly different. Mournful Camaraderie? Yeah. This was a long 45-minute album. Or it might have been because we talked a lot in between, but unironically probably the most peaceful track yet. Just how ambient it is. To me, that last track felt like the most peaceful one on here. Um, okay, that's the record. Some immediate things I want to talk about off the bat. It didn't resolve. Yeah, none of these really resolved. There was only like a select tracks on here that I feel like really like carried out and didn't just end. Um, this record confuses me, of course. The first four songs are all kind of like the same rendition of track one off the first album, where it's like all being played differently. It feels like the process of like trying to like remember something and you can't quite do it, or like you're remembering the details differently. And there's other tracks on here that are just completely void of any instrumentals, and it feels like you're just kind of being thrown into the wind here, being blasted around. Those tracks are the scariest ones to me. Some real Minecraft cave music, Hero Brian shit. I like that comparison. Um, and yeah, we are getting bewildered on this left and right. The piano is getting darker as it went on. I would have to say F is definitely a lot more darker than E for sure. And some moments on E felt brighter than a lot of the moments on 1 and 2. So that's interesting to me. But yeah, I think the way F was presented was definitely dark. And that's what I got to say about this. I'm sure this record is going to be a tough one to sit through all the way just because of its track length and like the nature of these instrumentals and how they usually go. This is the official turning point in this record. This is 4 songs. Each one is 20 minutes. This is some Godspeed You, Black Emperor type album structured almost exactly. Anyways, should we hop in? Post awareness confusions. This is the worst meditation music. The vibe of this already feels like 10 times worse than stage 3. Like we took a dip. I apologize to whoever's watching if I don't talk too much. If the whole record is shit like this, it's most likely just gonna be us enduring this together. It really just sounds like vocal samples. Like really slowed down vocal samples. I feel like I'm hearing the burning more. feel like I'm like in a museum observing some art piece that I don't understand and I'm trying to make meaning of it. Something's like slowing down now. I hear the music again, actually. I do hear the piano, that's nice. Weird, you would have thought like the song have changed. Yeah, really going heavy on that sound collage, I believe. I haven't listened to many sound collage albums. I don't think I've listened to actually one that is dedicated to sound collage, but it's definitely that a collection of really slowed down and warped vocals, and it has that classic static, of course, that is probably the only reoccurring aspect that was in the other three albums. Yeah, it's the kind of song where it like forces you to reflect. Even though like you don't have dementia, you can't help but to put yourself into that position when you're faced with that. The main compliment that I want to give that song is the amount of care. All right, get it, care, that the Caretaker puts into that song. We're not just, it's not just one haunting loop for 22 minutes. Because if it was, then it would really get, draining and exhausting. The track really does evolve in itself. There's even a brief moment where you can actually hear like the piano and the music a little bit that was reminiscent on the other three records, but it faded. It went back into the instrumental, so there was like a really brief, like 2 3 minutes of clarity on there. It seemed to be, not clarity, but it seemed to get a little less blurry for a second there. But it eventually, went back to being crazy. It just seems like a memory that you cannot recollect at this point. Like you're just trying to put your finger on what happened and you can't do it. It's almost hard to even vision and place like a moment in time. At least with the other songs on the other records, we had a moment where you can be like, okay, well that song's from the 20s, that song is from the 30s, so we can maybe this person is from that time period recollecting on an experience from that decade, but it's not like that anymore. The memories are so disheveled now where you can't even recognize where the music is coming from, where anything is really at this point. It's hard to differentiate what is real. That's crazy. Yeah, I gotta say, for a 22-minute track, that did fly the fuck by. I don't know if it's just because I listen to ambient music a lot in my free time, so it's just like it's nothing to me. It's I like that though. Next track has the same title. Whoa, 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 whoa! Sounds like a broken carousel. like I'm rewinding and like fast forwarding, and you can like hear it a little bit. This is insane, bro. My laptop is at 10%. I'm gonna go grab it because it starts tweaking out when it gets low. So I just want to make sure that we're all good. You know what? I can't. The thing is, you can't develop too much of like a relationship with this record, or at least I can't, because I don't want to accidentally like manifest dementia. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of person I think I am. Like if I ever develop dementia, I'm gonna be like, fuck it. It was that record. We had some silence there for 2 seconds. Oh. The disheveled music cut out. We're kind of just getting straight like drone, it feels like. It's like waves. You can almost like feel the memories being washed away a little bit. What the fuck? What is this? A clear memory? I don't think so, bro. I don't think so, bro. I don't know what the fuck this is. I feel like I'm in the bottom of the ocean. I feel like I'm that dude from Get Out. Just falling in that like abyss. Oh, I'm scary. Oh, I'm scary. Second letter of the album done already. Definitely more confusion. The sound to me, it sounds as if you were to play an album on a vinyl or something and just completely skip to random parts over and over and over again. That's the sound that I thought that it was making. It sounded like a movie just playing, and it's just playing insanely out of order, switching to a completely different part of the movie every split second. And maybe it's just a metaphor for how this person's life is, and the way this person's memories are being organized. There's no date to the place now. Everything is out of order. Everything is just with each other. That's how the first half of the track went, and then halfway through, that sound collage part, like the sounds, the slow down bits, kind of gave out, and it left us with the most open atmosphere that we've had on this record yet. And that was like that for a few minutes. All of a sudden, shit just got insanely dark for no reason. It felt like if I were to fall in a ravine in Minecraft, you know what I'm saying? And it's super dark. Definitely felt like a chasm towards that part, but it did get a little bit brighter towards the end of the song. And I would say the last minute or two sounded similar to how track one sounded. I cannot believe that we've listened to like your average length album at this point, because those two songs, both being a little over 20 minutes, did not feel like their length at all. It's like you're forced to remember a bad memory at that moment. Exactly. Let's keep going, dude. Temporary bliss state. I gotta say, it does sound a little bit more pleasant, I guess. To me, it's just representing being in a good mood while still having dementia. I don't know. I feel like I'm just a weirdo, and I find music like this kind of calming. I think I'm in the minority of that, though. Like, this makes me feel alright. I don't feel any confusion right now. Yeah. Like, I do like the sound of this. Like, I could fall asleep to this, you know? If you're really watching still, I appreciate you. Because this track is going nowhere. These sounds. No, me too. I'm way too locked up. Okay, damn. Okay. Definitely the track that had the least movement to it so far. I feel like one and two, they both did go in different directions at some points during those songs, but this one we kind of just stayed in that place of those, beautiful keys being chopped up and rearranged similarly to the other two songs. It's similar structure, but I think the instrument that we're using is different, so it makes the mind feel like it's at ease. It makes it makes us feel calm a little bit, and I honestly do think it's one of the more beautiful moments that were extended for a long period of time, just throughout the whole record. It did make me feel the most at ease. It did make me feel easier. I do have to say the title does live up to its name. It is a temporary bliss state. But yeah, I mean, that's all I really gotta say there. I was kind of just drifting throughout the whole entire song just because it sounded so consistent through the whole way through. It definitely felt the longest, I'll say that. Um, it did feel kind of, it felt like as long as the other two songs combined. But yeah, the last track on here already, we got 20 more minutes of this. We got post awareness confusion. Is it the same thing? Are we back there? Yeah, we're back there. Sounds like it's not even trying to remember anymore, just wander around doing something. Yeah. It actually does sound like the song prior now, just a little less. Now the pitch is kind of down a little bit. I don't know why this track feels like more electronic than the other ones. We're definitely getting a more minimal. You know, those chopped up keys are pretty much gone again. Would you bump this in the whip? I would. Absolutely. I might forget how to drive, but I would. I would. Damn. That shit is potent, bro. Wow. It just ends like that. Alright. So. Wow. Alright. What do I gotta say? What do you even say? You know, usually I try to think of my favorite tracks when the album ends, but this is just a continuous sort of fuckfest. For an hour and 27 minutes, I gotta say, I didn't feel like that at all. It felt short. It felt like I felt like I went by quickly, which is definitely not how dementia feels in real life. But for me, just going by, I just think I have more patience towards these longer songs. It's heavy shit. I do gotta say, you know, I think the most pleasant moments came from track 3, and honestly, a little bit on track 4. Track 2 in the beginning, with all those jumbled up parts, it did sound like a, you know, like a movie or a song was being like reorganized, and like it's almost like you got a puzzle and you're just pushing it off the table. And the pieces are everywhere, everything breaks, and you're just kind of trying to reassemble the pieces. It's like if your mind is like a puzzle and it just breaks. Incredibly devastating record. Obviously, a very different direction than the other two records. One thing I want to mention is the difference between the purpose of the titles on here. This much more feels like we're literally in that state of mind that we're in. Post awareness confusion. It legit. It's a much more literal track. There's tracks on the other stages that feel like a thought. I think that like one of the songs on another stage is "I Still Feel Like Myself," you know. And there's some other ones in that area too. A lot of them just feel like poetry. This feels very literal. Like this feels like actually like medical terms for someone in dementia. It's like we're not even forming coherent thoughts anymore. Ending was unbelievable. Could have listened to that for hours. I do gotta agree. The ending and the way it was like peaking and the way like my ears were the way it made my ears vibrate. I gotta say it was surreal, to be honest. It did have much more of like a progression than temporary bliss state. So maybe temporary bliss state is the worst, but it certainly made me feel the best. That's for sure. But yeah, that's really it. That's all I gotta say about this right now. I'm dreading where this is going once more. That has not changed throughout most of these stages, but I'm sure track 5. I think track 5 and 6 are both. Let me check out these 4 stages, same album length. You can no longer relate to the person that has dementia anymore because the whole memories thing and the music is kind of gone. You know what I mean? It's hard to really reflect and really be in that state of mind because how do you even picture yourself forgetting stuff? But yeah, for now on, it feels much more as an observation of someone with dementia rather than, being in that state. Stage 5 is lit. Let's get lit on stage 5 then. Okay. Welcome to, I'm legit going to be sitting here in just straight reflection mode for the next like 3 hours, maybe. And then that's probably gonna be it. I think last time I did a stage I had hair. Now I don't have hair. All right, looking at the 5th cover for this, it's already much more minimal compared to. I'm expecting the music to get even more quiet, dense, and just, I don't know, horrifying. Is that the word I'm looking for? We've already established that. The difference between stages 1 through 3 and 4 and 6 are just, the durations are 2 times the size and this and that. But, I'm looking forward to just sitting here with my thoughts for the next something hours because I want to complete this entire thing, yeah. The project's most horrifying concepts are perhaps uncovered this stage. Oh shit. Alright, well, we're gonna see what the fuck happens. Yeah, this is... I'm hearing everything, bro. More extreme entanglements, repetition, and rupture can give way to calmer moments. The unfamiliar may sound and feel familiar. Time is often spent only in the moment, leading to isolation. Is that the description of this stage? Wait a second, I gotta break. Back into it. We got like a brief moment of clarity for a second. It's like effects that are like putting me in a trance or something. How's my day been? Not bad. Had to get blood drawn earlier. It's less chaotic than it was in the beginning, but somehow I feel like I'm in a scarier place than before. Oh shit, alright. Like, I think once you get over the emotional bombardment that, this record is for the first, like, 15 minutes, it kind of gets into a patience issue. Oh my god, I feel like I hear some like vocals in the back or something. Very slight similarities behind the atmosphere with this and Replica by One On Tricks Point Never. It's slightly there. Just gonna end. First thing I'll talk about is that song was called Advanced Plaque Entanglements. Like what? Like what? The reason why I even want to mention the title is because we went from like dense songs on the first stage, but it seems like the titles are based around our emotions and our literal memories as to what we can envision when we hear, the kind of instrumental songs that were being played for us that are kind of fading away, but we can still hear. Tracks like The Loves of My Entire Life. You can think about that while you listen to that song. Things that are beautiful and transient. Just like clear-cut memories. And other kinds of emotions like slightly bewildered. My heart will stop in joy. Certain things like that. Like just kind of like a weird sort of optimism on the first stage, and we kind of saw that go away over the course and time, and now we're at stage 5. It's like we're literally just in the diagnosis part about it. Like there's no more like memories, there's no more this, there's no more that. Everything is just fucking jumbled and everything hurts. Plaque entanglements? I don't even know what the fuck that is. That sounds like something that's happening in the brain. I don't know. But yeah, that was torturous. Same title, just different letter in the beginning. I don't know how this is gonna be different. I doubt it'll be much. Okay. It starts off loud. Kind of just taking it, bro. I'm just taking it. I think we've already listened to all of Kids See Ghosts in this time period. Suppose you're not ready for the 30-hour-long DJ Sprinkles. Are you ready? We'll do it together, bro. Me and you. Alright, we're calming down. We're calming down.
I might just take a fucking nap. Don't stop me.
I used to sleep to Caretaker all the time. You must have had the weirdest shit going on in your dreams. There's tempo here. Just give me a second to hear some silence, please. Okay, much of the same instrumental that was in the first song. More repetition in that song. Let's keep going. I'm already checking out, bro. Next track is Synapse, Retrogenesis. Yeah, that sounds real. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like something you can actually catch. Yeah, I mean, seriously, I think if I for real got dementia, the second I start to forget people, I'm like, yep, take me out. Take me out. I don't know if the government is allowed to do, assisted, blank, but I would much rather die than forget. I'd much kill me. Absolutely. Absolutely, I would. Especially in this stage, knock me the fuck out. I'm done. I'd rewatch movies every day, not gonna lie. That's such a good hack. That's such a good idea. But then you're like, wait a minute. I think I know what happens in this. losing it. I'm losing it. I am. We're not even halfway there. For Caretaker. Oh fuck. Oh, not a good start. Oh. We kind of went into silence there for a second. Let's do cool. I knew the O was there. All right, that's good. That's good. Feel free to help me, cause if y'all know, please. Oh wait, it's gotta be back-to-back M's. It's gotta be back-to-back M's. Yo, we're so close. No. Comfy. Oh my god, fucking thank you. Alright. What the fuck? What? I love the seconds of silence that I get after the song ends. It's so just rejuvenating. Wow. All right. We are 3/8 of the way there. What percentage is that? It's a little under half. 40%? We did it. We did the Wordle in 6. Thank you for helping me out, Branson, in the end. All right. I was trying to go through the letters. Hopefully I would have got there. Hopefully there's no more letters that spelled like that. We mentioned how that was kind of the reverse process of the brain being made. It was kind of, taking us down to the foundation, stripping back the layers of memories, all that fun stuff. Yeah, let's close out. Let's close out stage 4. We got another 22-minute song. Let's go. This is a longer title. Sudden time regression. What? Oh, this is a long title. Into isolation. Oh fuck. But some dementia patients experience time regression, where they lose a significant chunk of long-term memory and believe that they're younger selves or living in the past. Oh, fuck that shit. Yeah, I would, if I'm in my 70s re-experiencing COVID, no, for real, that's what I mean, like, if I'm in my 70s re-experiencing my ex, fuck that, get me out of there, alright? Legit fucking kill me. It's a nothing burger. Just like some slight wins. Second half of that song was like so nothing. You know what I mean? It was like so nothing. Like we're just like, I feel like we're like bare bones at this point. Like legit gaps of silence. It's just we're so fucking gone. It's so fucking over, and we still have a whole fucking stage to go of this. I don't know. I have no idea what this is even gonna be. I'm predicting now that there's just gonna be straight up like a minute, like a minute of silence in this next stage. Like I feel like it's just gonna get so fucking empty. Um, I'm ready to fucking close it out. I'm ready to close it out, bro. Like I'm ready to close this bitch out. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go. Track one. Track one. Um, a confusion so thick. Oh fuck. Hold on. Let me. A confusion so thick you forget forgetting. You forget that you forgot. So you're just like, this is who I am. Fuck that. Oh my god, this is already fucking worse. This is already fucking worse, bro. All my homies hate Alzheimer's. Hey, me too. Fucking me too. It's not as like jarring as the one that came before it. I think there were parts of stage 5 that were genuinely like hard to listen to. But for this it's just like an emptiness ocean. It's hard to put into words. There's like brief. There's like a quiet. I feel like there's a quiet synth in the back. already getting into more noise on that actually. Um, I think the last track on stage five did a good job in warming me up into the absolute nothingness that that song was, and I was really suffering through that shit, to be honest. Just all the thoughts in my head mixed with the sound of that, not good. You know what I'm saying? I haven't scrolled in a while. A brutal bliss beyond this empty defeat. I don't know if you could put the word brutal and bliss alongside of each other. I don't know what. Okay, I guess. Fuck. Heard some noise. Instrumentally, I think the track actually had some tropes similar to parts of Stage 5. I think actually that one had more substance than track 1 on here, surprisingly. Uh, but still, just as much grueling. I think I'm playing games like Snake to avoid myself falling into the trap of, it's crazy. It's not working, but it's not working. It's hitting me, and it's definitely hit my patience too. I think I was happy that I split this up into 5 different parts, because I feel like if I listened to this all in one go, I wouldn't appreciate the great moments that there are in like stage 3 and 4. I would have just been like, let's get on with it, and by now I would just be a torture. So at least I'm still listening. Long decline is over. I don't know what that means. Long decline is over, but we'll see what the fuck happens here. This one is even quieter. And even more nothing. Yo, can we fucking wrap it up? Oh, my God. I think the most haunting part about that song is just, for some reason, we heard some like brief piano notes in there. It's like the last fragments of any memory. If music was symbolizing the memory the whole time, and the drone was symbolizing the destruction of them, between 5 and 6, we've seen that there's rarely any music. So the brief, deep notes being played, it's kind of scary. But other than that, man, it's like 90% of the song was just continuing on the emptiness that we heard in like track one of this. So yeah, let's put us out of our misery now. I don't know if you can hear. Oh, this is just. hearing lush pads. Oh, what the fuck? Interesting, like 3 or 4 minutes of just like beauty. I don't know. That made me feel strange. We have like a little less than a minute of silence. Best way I can describe that is that it seems like our memory came back like a split second right before like finally I guess dying. I think when you're at that stage of dementia and Alzheimer's, your body forgets to function. Like if like first your brain goes and then your body goes, and that's how you die. Um, and I feel like that was just like a brief moment of clarity, like a brief moment of super clarity of just seeing everything. Because I think that's the only moment on the record where we've heard like vocals, and it was super clear and fuck, like stage one level, like clear. So it's crazy that we got back to that point. And I thought I thought that track was going nowhere because I thought it was just gonna be like the beautiful pads in the beginning, and then those kind of cut out, and then all of a sudden like the tape just like resets, and it was almost just like it's almost like you're waking up. You know, it's like like that moment. Um, but what's there even to say? What the fuck? What do you even want me to say about that, man? I mean, I would say the first I would say the first three stages of this almost have an indistinguishable kind of difference. There's a few tracks on one, two, and three that indicate that we're going into a more uh, desolate direction, but for the most part, that's not the case. Um, we kind of hear those. Obviously, this is a record of heavy sampling, thrown under some vinyl crackling that's on here for the whole way through, and it's very drowned out, very drowned out. It's and I think I've caught on that the music is supposed to represent the memories, and the music is just getting quieter and quieter and quieter as it goes on. And yeah, we did stage four, and all of a sudden that was kind of the shift, not only in sound but in length too. These past three, the past three stages have been double album length stages. It's been tough for me to get through. I would say that stage five was probably the most brutal out of anything, because even four had some beautiful tranquil moments, but and six was just me about to fall asleep until like that last song. I started to hear some crazy beautiful pads, and then obviously that was the main climax of the record. Probably, I would have to say that that was the most devastating moment I've ever heard in music. It has to be the saddest thing I've ever heard. It's giving me like we just lost the war vibes. Like we just lost the war, like World War II like vibes. Fuck. Shit. That's it. Fuck Alzheimer's. Hopefully we find a cure for that in my lifetime. And thank you for taking this journey with me. I'm glad I split it up. It took almost about a year, but we got here. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can really say. I just watching this whole process is horrifying. Hearing the whole process is horrifying. And I think I'm forever going to be scared of this, and I'm going to have a lot more sympathy towards the people who are suffering from Alzheimer's. So, um, thank you. Hope you have a good day. I'm going to try. I'm kind of hungry. I'll see y'all. Peace the fuck out.